Hello, coin collectors out there. Welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. I hope you have been doing well. On this channel, I share with you some of my coins and tell you what to look for your very own coins. So, this video is going to tackle the subject of the 1959 Mule Lincoln cent. But first, I had to do a little reverse on what a mule coin was. So a mule coin is just simply put a coin where the obverse and the reverse have mismatching ends. So the front and the back are different from what they should be. So the 1959 Mule cent has a Lincoln on the front with the 59 Denver Mint stamp, and then on the reverse has a wheat back. So it's got a mismatch from the different years. The 59 should have the Lincoln Memorial like this one right here, but the 1959 D Mule cent does not. So there are some much more interesting mule coins out there. Some real neat ones are when like dimes get struck on like quarter planchets, or there's like a dime on the front and then like a quarter mark on the reverse. Those ones are really cool. And so for the beginners out there, a planchet is just the metal that's used before the coin is struck at all. So this right here is a copper, would have been a copper planchet. So the little round piece of copper would flow through the mint, and then down the die would go, and it'd make out this pretty cool design on it. So the 1959 D Mule cent, it's got quite some history. A gentleman by the name of Leon Baller bought the Mule cent for approximately $1,500 in 1986. He then sent the coin to the Department of Treasury in 1987. The Department of Treasury, which is more like a foreign forensic service department that looks for, I guess, fraudulent coins. They looked it over. They didn't say it was anything fraudulent from what they could see. Then Ballmer received the coin back. He sold it to Heritage Auction for an undisclosed amount. Heritage then sold the coin to a collector who resubmitted it to the Treasury Department in 2002. And in 2002, they said once again that they had no reason to believe that it was fake. So then after 2002, the person who had submitted it to the Treasury Department brought it to Goldberg's auction in September of 2002, where the coin sold for $48,300. So the person who sold it at Goldberg's auction really hit the jackpot there and got quite the return on investment, I would imagine. A few years later, so that was 2002. In 2010, the coin reappeared at the Goldberg's auction, where it was sold for $31,050. So it actually decreased quite a lot in price. However, the coin, when it was sold in 2010, had the disclaimer that said this property is not guaranteed to be authentic, and it is marketable as is and cannot be returned. So people really don't know what to make of this 1959 Denver Mint Mule cent. People have a lot of different thoughts about it. One train of thought is that it can't be real because there was only one of them made. If it was a mint error, these mints are making hundreds of millions of these coins, so there had to be more than one made. So that's one train of thought. The other train of thought is that someone working at the mint just made this coin as a one-off kind of error, just kind of tossed it in there, made just one of them, and kind of moved on, snuck it out, and then sold it. So those are the two kind of train of thoughts. I'm not sure where I really sit on either of those. I'd like to believe it's true. It's true and it's authentic. If the Department of Treasury looked at it twice, they're quite the experts on currency, so I believe they would have a very good understanding of if it's real or not. So I'll lean toward the 1959 Denver Mint Mule cent being real. If that were the case, I believe it should sell for more than $31,000. There are some other error coins that aren't as cool as that. that are selling for much more than that. I've covered a lot of those in my more recent videos. Also want to talk about the 1959 coin that's just in great condition. It's not a mule cent. It's got the Lincoln Memorial like you see here on the back. So in July of 2010, there was one that was graded mint state 67 plus that sold for $1,900. In April of 2017, there was another one that sold for $10,000 that was a planchet error. So there are many cool, just highly graded 1959 pennies out there. There were also a few, obviously I said that there was that one planchet error which sold for $10,000. So the key to get these up in value is to get them graded. You can see them on eBay in a condition like this for just kind of over face value. The real jump in value comes when you get it graded by submitting it to a company like PCGS or NGC, getting it graded, slabbed, and then you can bring it to a big time auction company. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. I've got a lot of other cool videos. Just wanted to show you some of the other Lincoln cents that I've got. Here's a 1910 Lincoln cent, a 117-year-old coin, and it's pretty cool to compare and contrast that to this one right here. This is one of the common commemorative circulating coins. It's the 2009 Denver Mint coin, and it's got President Lincoln on the reverse, but this was before, this image is before he was president. That's him in his professional life in Illinois working as a lawyer. Other cool Lincoln pennies, we've got the shield reverse. So after the Lincoln Memorial faded away, they replaced it with the shield. Many people don't like these coins because of its zinc content. This kind of they really cranked up the zinc in these more modern pennies and took out the copper. So the pennies just don't quite look as right, and they don't hold up as well in the conditions. So now I'll officially sign off. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Importantly, if you have any recommendations for me, feel free to leave them in the comments. I appreciate any recommendations to get new ideas on what coin videos to make. All right, everyone, take care. Have a great one. Happy holidays. Enjoy.